schedule. And, of course, we've got 5 handicappers. Well, that's including me. On today's show, we've got Ann, we've got Brian, Rod, Chris. Excited to be here. As always, it's my favorite day of the week. During my favorite time of the year, it is College Football Saturday. So just a full slate of games. Basically what we're going to be covering. If you have questions or comments about Bundesliga or EPL or something like that, well, you'll have to take those to the Facebook group because they will not be covered on today's show. I think there's UFC tonight if one of the guys wants to throw that in. They're more than welcome to, but personally, I'm going with all college football for today's show. But anyways, they bring in the gang. I muted them because what happens is they all start. Everyone decides that a good time to start chit-chatting is like 5 seconds before we're ready to go on the air, and whenever we're running late, and it's like so finally I just mute everyone. I just get started. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
They're laughing because they know it's true. But anyways, we got a full card today. It's from start to finish. Next week, I believe the Pac-12 starts. So then we'll really, we might have to start at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. And also it'll be daylight savings. The show will be moving to, I believe, 10 a.m. every day starting tomorrow. Because my clocks don't change. So it would basically screw up my whole morning if I did it at the same time. But anyways, good morning to everyone. Reading all the comments. No. So far so good. But I'm gonna do the ticker again today as well. I think that was super helpful.
Tell you, Wyoming looked improved last night. That cold weather, Hawaii didn't look like they were too interested in playing that game.
No, I think this is what we've seen in football in general this season is that there's not a lot of continuity week to week.
Maryland was a shocker. I would never have thought Maryland could beat Minnesota. Not if they played 20 more times. I don't think they could beat them. But
we talked about it a little bit on the show, where it's like there's no slouches at this level, There just isn't. The best player on your high school team, if they signed with Maryland, no one would be, no one would say, wow, that was really a crappy choice. It's like Maryland's in an elite, Big Ten program and big money program. And it's not like they're.
I'm just saying it was a surprise to me. I would expect Minnesota to crap the bed 2 weeks in a row. But.
Well, I think they've had slow starts before, under Fleck. But it's hard this year because there was no out of conference. So without those out of conference patsies, you don't get a chance to work out a lot of the kinks. I think that Minnesota clearly had some, the receiver, the one guy who made those nice catches, and then they had the running back Ibrahim, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I thought he played pretty well. I don't know. Somehow the Flexter will get him into that 37-game college football bowl season, so more than half the teams are going to be bowl eligible before it's all said and done. This is going to be an interesting bowl season this year, and of course it's going to be packed with action.
I was surprised they have all the bowls basically when they had the 30-something bowls.
37 bowls.
37. Yeah.
That's good news. I like more bowls, the better.
Sounds like my college football weekends when I was in college. I would smoke about 37 bowls before kickoff.
Hey, when you're kicking ass in college football, the more bowls, the better. Keep it coming.
Well, you're only as good as your last pick, so we'll see how it works out for you today. But of course, we're wishing you the best.
We're 9 weeks in. So.
Yep, we are 9 weeks in. We are 9 weeks in, but there are certain teams that are just getting started.
Well, that's good. That's good for us too. I like that.
Absolutely. Well, and what do you got for sale today at the site? This is our quick shameless plug program. I know Brian uses the whole 2 hours.
I had a victory lap from yesterday.
Brian does.
I like
it's not your turn. It's clear. You're talking over her.
I'm just gonna be quiet and sit here.
You shouldn't be on the show. You're talking over her.
Chris should be the host. This is what.
I have a fully loaded card up there, so you can grab my 3-day pass and see everything. I do have a morning 3-game profit, afternoon game profit, and evening Lady Luck late night special. I also have my total play of the month that I love. So get on that. That is my total play of the month. And I have a very good spread today at 12 o'clock. And it's not Clemson. That's my hint. And I know it's not Boston. It's not that game.
How about you, Brian? Your turn.
Oh, Ann's my new favorite handicapper. But if you're not following Ann today, I'm number 1 last 7 days, number 2 last 30 days, number 1 in college football. 63% winners on the year in college. You want my best bet today in college? $30 President's Choice, or get all the plays I put out in one big package at pickdogs.com premium. Check it out.
It's the first time anyone's ever said Brian Bittler in big package all in one sentence. Rod, what's up?
Oh, we got Super Saturday going. I've got a nice mix. I put them all in one package. I got 3 in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, a couple at night. And grab all 7. Going to be a big Super Saturday here.
Super Saturday. Chris, what do you got?
I got my college football lunch rush package for the 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock games. I got my midday meal ticket going off at for the midday games. I got a dinner special going off for the later games tonight. I also got it all part as my Stacked Saturday package. You're going to get top wall-to-wall coverage. Yeah, I'm excited for today. We're going to put everybody on some winners. I'm pumped.
Sounds like an all-you-can-eat. Sounds like an all-you-can-eat buffet over there from Rufio.
Absolutely.
No doggy bags. Strict no doggy bag policy. I got 3 early, 3 afternoon, 3 late. Pretty much the way it's been going. I have totals, sides, dogs, favorites, you name it. Kind of got a good mishmash of teams. And I have to say, even at 9 games, there's probably another 10 that I liked. Mm-hmm. I really like today's card. I really do.
There was a list like.
Yeah, I don't say that all the time. A lot, most of the time I'm just like, man, I really don't like. Not most of the time, but a lot of the time I'm just like, I really don't like this card. But today I do really like it. But here's a game that's not on my radar: Florida Atlantic versus UTSA. The Owls, 4-point favorites here over the Roadrunners. The Owls 1-1 on the season. I know that I don't know. You guys are way critical, in the coaching department here at Florida Atlantic. I'm not in that boat. I think UTSA. This is just an odd team, but 3-0 against the number on the road. Ann, what are you thinking? About the game, not about us.
Actually, this one is on my premium, so get on that. I love this game. But I'm going to have to give you the over for this one.
Brian?
I can't figure out why everybody's on the other side. Maybe it's their road cover record this year. But to me, Florida Atlantic is the better coach team. I think they're a program on the rise or will be on the rise. So for me, in this one, I'll lay the points with Florida Atlantic.
Rod.
Yeah, well, I like the Owls at home too. I think they cover this number easy against UTSA. I think everybody's seeing that record there and jumping all over them. Give me the Owls here today.
Chris?
Yeah, 3-0. 2 of them were 21.5 and 34-point dogs, but they did hang with BYU and UAB in those games, but I'll still lay the points with FAU.
I'm going to be the outlier here. I'll be the idiot. I'm going to take UTSA. I just think that the styles of these two teams is just too similar. I think Florida Atlantic wins the game. I think this is a 1-2 point game type, thing. I maybe 3, but 4 is a big number for me. It has less to do with who I think is going to win than the number, and that's just where I'm at. It's just where I land. It's, believe me, not one of the ones that got knocked off my list. None of those things. It just, I'm just throwing it out there. All right, so that did not work out correctly. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to fix the ticker. Anyways, let's go to the next game. We got Syracuse and Wake Forest. Wake has looked pretty solid. There we go. Wake has looked pretty solid. Syracuse has looked like solid crap. And what do you think here?
I'm personally not going to take this game. I'm not a big Wake Forest fan, but I would definitely lay the points on Wake Forest today against Syracuse.
Bryant?
Yeah, this is about one of my least liked games. I agree with Ann here. If you're going to bet the game, I think you lay the points with Wake. I think they're a program on the rise again. And Syracuse hang tough with Clemson until Clemson felt like playing. So I'll lay the points.
Rod?
Give me the under 59.5. Both these teams like to run, and I don't see us getting a whole lot of points here today.
Chris?
I'm on the other side. I'm going to take the over. I think Syracuse is pretty bad defensively, and Wake isn't that good on the road. So I think we could see Syracuse put up at least 20 here, and I think Wake could get into the 40s. So give me the over.
I'm going to take Wake. I'm not even going to think twice about it. Wake and bake. Got the Kansas Jayhawks up against the Iowa State Cyclones. Kansas, did I say Kansas State? It's Kansas. We all know Kansas Jayhawks. Rock, chalk, Jayhawk. I don't know, man. Kansas has been one of those odd line teams, right? It's like just a weird thing. It's like they covered against West Virginia in a similar spot. Iowa State just, if there's ever a non-convincing thing, it's like I love Campbell as the coach, but I don't know. 27.5 points for Iowa State with that weird offense. I don't know. Kansas sucks so bad. Suck. It's such. How square is the Iowa State play, Brian? On your square meter.
The sharp meter is definitely on Kansas today, but not by a lot. But if you're going right to me I got to take Kansas at home.
No, I'm just asking how square it is. We're going to come back around it. It was just a generic question.
It's just a little bit.
I was looking for one of these. And ladies first. What do you like?
Thank you. Kansas State's coach is 10-3 on Saturdays. So, since coaching, I'm probably going to lean more towards Kansas State on this one.
It's Kansas, not Kansas State. Kansas. You got the wrong game.
Oops.
This is why we don't let you go first. This is why.
Wait.
Wait, what are we doing?
Iowa State and Kansas.
Come back to her.
ISU, is that the one?
Yes.
Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, I'm going to go with ISU.
Never mind.
Well, now you know my next game when we get there.
Brian?
For me, I got to go here with Kansas. To me, Iowa State coming off of a game where they got deflated against Oklahoma State, a game they needed to win. They're well coached, love their head coach on Iowa State. But for me, this is too many points. Take Kansas plus the points, almost a premium.
Rod?
I'm going to take the over in this game. Kansas defense is not very good, giving up 45 points a game. I think this is a blowout. Take the over. Just hope Kansas can score enough to get us do their part.
Chris?
Yeah, I don't think they can. I'm going to take Iowa State in a blowout. This one should be over by halftime.
Oh man, I got font problems over here. It's gonna be interesting. I hit something because I was trying to get the comments up here. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, man, this game sucks. I'll take Kansas. What the hell? I'm glutton for punishment. There we go. Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. We got Coastal Carolina and Georgia State. A little bit of a line mover here. This one's gone from 2.5 to 3.5. Ann, what are you thinking?
So I wrote down that this game was a trap and to just take Georgia +3. Wrote that down earlier in the week. I'm going to stick by that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a little square here. I'm gonna take Coastal Carolina. I'm not. This is one of the few times where I'm not afraid to be on the public side. I just think Coastal Carolina has been whooping teams up, and for me, I'm gonna back them here. I think they get it done.
21st ranked team in the nation, Coastal Carolina. As odd as that is, Rod.
I'm gonna take Georgia State. I think they beat Coastal Carolina outright. Take a money line, Georgia State.
What is the money line? Is there value there? Because you got the hook. You got the
plus
hook
155.
Wow, so there is value. All right, because you got the hook here on the number now. Went right through. It was 2.5 pretty much all week, and then it went right through it.
I'm seeing +4s out there, so if you want to take that and not be as risky, I think that might be the safer play. But I'm going to go out and take the money line. I think they beat them outright.
I always say there's no such thing as a safe play. The safe play is to cash out. Chris.
Yeah, I think Coastal Carolina wins this one by a touchdown. They have a much better defense, and both teams are scoring about the same this season. So, give me Coastal minus the 3.5.
And I like the over. It's dropping. It's down 5 points. So I think it's moved into the range where now, sometimes it's like it starts and you see it like tumble down, but then it's too low, So 60.5, I think we got at least 61 in this. We got Tulane against Temple. This was one of Charles's games on Spread Knowledge today. I'm trying to do comments and the ticker at the same time. It's just very hard. Everyone is wearing a hat today. It's hat day. Wow. Adrian Renzi says, "You rock, Brian."
He's right. I can't disagree.
I like that. I know exactly what this guy's saying. He's saying, let's just say I'm having the college life, according to my commentary. How many of you wake and bake while watching our program on a daily basis? Besides Ruffalo.
I woke and went and got an Egg McMuffin and a hash brown. That's what I did. Wake and eat.
Sounds like a good time. We got Tulane and Temple. Ann?
I've not been impressed by Temple at all this year. I can't stand Tulane. They just don't do anything. All they do is run the ball. I'm going to lean towards the under.
Here's a nice comment from someone called Coward Mitch. New YouTube name here. Mitch is my bitch is taken. Mitch Hater was taken. I know that one. Mitch, the H, the number 8, ER is long gone. Mitch Hater 2. Mitch sucks. they're all gone. So Mitch Coward Mitch was available. It's off the list. So if you're thinking of becoming Coward Mitch on YouTube, it's gone. You're SOL, as they say. What'd you take here, Ann? So I can write it down.
I took the under for the game.
Brian?
I think she might be onto something here. We've seen this total drop about 6 points or so. The smaller bettors on the over also like Tulane, so I might parlay up $25 on Tulane and take the under. That's one of the small bet.
And let's see. So 2 unders. You guys might have to recap them. I got some housekeeping to do over here. I guess I owe somebody a favor. I don't know. Because
what kind of a favor?
Because I give out free picks, so I owe somebody something. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I can't figure it out myself. It's like you give out free picks every day. You work 18 hours a day, and you pay for, large expenses of websites and people to have on the show, so you owe us something. I think that's the attitude that some people have. I don't understand it personally. But you know what happens to people like that? We all know. We all know what happens. But anyways, Rod, you're up.
I'm gonna take Temple plus the 6. I think this game's a lot closer than what people think. I think Temple will hang in there today.
Temple for you?
Temple plus 6, yep.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the over here. I think we see both teams get into the 30s in this one. Scoring hasn't been much of an issue for Tulane. Neither's been playing no defense, so I'll take the over in this one.
I'm going to go with Spread Knowledge. They're on the under here. So if you missed our computer pick show, Spread Knowledge said under in this gem. Cincinnati up against Memphis. This line has finally moved. Man, I was waiting for it to move. It was 6.5 all week. Now we're finally looking at 7s. But I don't know. This just doesn't look like the same Memphis team that we've seen in recent years. Ann, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I'm going to lean towards Cincinnati.
So Taylor Walston waked and baked, then put his parlays in, which we respect on this show. Everyone's free to do whatever they like. Sure. You want to wake and bake and watch the games? Well, so be it. Far be it from me to stop you. Or judge you. That's for sure.
Live your life.
Really, live your life, man. Live your best life every day. You never know when it's the last one. Who'd you take, Ann? Memphis, Cincinnati?
I took Cincinnati.
We got like a 3-point drop here in the total, going from 60.5 to around 57.5. But I think the better value here is taking Cincinnati here. I know it's up to 7 now, but I'm not afraid to lay a touchdown with the Bearcats.
Rod, you got a physical team against a speed team.
Yeah. And this was my pick on the drive-thru yesterday, and I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stick with Memphis here. I think they keep it closer than this number. The road team is 6-0 ATS the last 6 meetings between these two. And Brady White, Mr. Consistent. I think they hang with Cincinnati today. I think we got a close game. Give me the plus 7, 7.5, wherever you can find it. I'd even take the plus 6.5.
I'm gonna lay the points with Cincinnati here. I think finally Memphis gets another shock here, but I think this time it's too much. I think Cincinnati does too much, and they get to him physically and stop the speed of Memphis. So I'll lay the points with the Bearcats here.
I love the under in this one. I think Cincinnati's going to just physically pound them when they come over the middle with those smaller receivers and backs. I think that's really bad news. We've seen matchups like this traditionally and in this conference, right, where you have the SMUs of the world. And whenever the SMUs of the world and teams like that come over the middle against teams that really, really hit, it reduces their enthusiasm to play the game. Is basically what happens, and I think that's what happens here. We've got Kentucky against Georgia. The Cats 17-point dogs in this one. And you know what they're saying in Lexington? Chris? You know what they're saying in Lexington, don't you? 25 days till college basketball, baby.
I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
So exciting.
And Kentucky versus Georgia. This is a real SEC game. It's kind of like,
Yeah,
I don't know what channel it's on, but it should be on the SEC network. This is it doesn't get.
Not ESPN 3. I'm gonna go with the over.
Over. Brian.
I was a big believer in this Kentucky program being on the rise, but this is too many points. 17.5 is too much for me to turn down Kentucky. That's too many people on Georgia. I think anything at 17 or higher, you go at Kentucky.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. Give me Kentucky plus a 17.5. I think Georgia wins by like 10.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to lay the points with Georgia here. I think this is another case where we see a physical defense take it to speed Kentucky team, and I think Georgia covers the number.
I'm on UK in this one all day. Senior Square down there below me on the screen. I think Georgia could be one of those.
The roundest square you'll ever see in your life.
Anyway, speaking of square plays, we got Purdue playing against Purdue up against Illinois. Illini got run over by Wisconsin last week, and Purdue squeaked one out at home against Iowa with missing some of their top players in that game as well. I think I just ummed a few times there, but what I'm really looking at here is that in a year where there's no week-to-week continuity, is there more of a week-to-week, just Illinois comes out and beats the crap out of them game than this one? And what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of either team. And I feel like with the Big Ten leg, it's going to be a high-scoring game. So, especially with that, I think it might have went to -8 with that -7. I love seeing when it's a -7. That usually, to me, that means it could be a high-scoring game, especially for Big Ten. So, give me the over.
Brian?
I had Illinois written down earlier in the week, but as the week goes on, I like them less and less. I don't like that they're giving me more and more points. But to me, I think Illinois bounces back, so if I had to bet the game, I would take them.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Illinois.
All right.
I like
well,
them more.
You just went into this whole shtick as to why you don't like Illinois, and then it's like
you can't take Purdue off a big.
You can come to
win.
the dark. I'm on Illinois. You can come to the dark side.
I'm going to take Purdue. I'm going to go the other way. Purdue's a better team here. I think they get the win. Win by 10. Give me Purdue.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm with Rod on this one. I think Purdue wins this one by 10. So give me Purdue in this one.
Senior Square. I'll go with Illinois. I said Illinois earlier in the week. I got hammered in the YouTube comments on both Sports Chat Plays and Pick Dogs for my Illinois pick. So I'll just say it one more time because I'm just used to getting hammered in the comments. So that will be that. We'll go to our next game. We got a lot of ground to cover. We're still in the noon games. Good thing we started early.
There are a lot of new games this week, though.
See, this is the reason, Brian, that you're talking over me, why the show's taking so long. Okay.
I was just giving you a reason why. Last week there wasn't as many 12 noon games, I don't think.
And you didn't talk over me nearly as much. That's okay.
I'm paying you back for earlier.
It's okay.
Then
Brian.
It's nice. We just go right in, and then the time we get done, the games will be starting.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Rapid fire.
You trying to tell me what to do now? We're gonna go rapid fire. We're gonna go rapid fire. We're gonna go rapid fire soon after our slow dance. We'll go. Let's see. And Michigan State and Michigan. These two teams probably not going to hit the Starbucks and split a croissant after the game.
I'm going to go with the Wolverines on this one. Is it minus 21.5?
It's down to it's down to minus 21.5. Brian?
There you go.
Open around 23.5, went to 24. Now it's down to 21.5. I think Michigan State. This is way too many points for an in-state rival game. So give me Michigan State here.
Sparty for Brian. Rod?
Sparty did not look good. They lost to Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean, Maryland lost to Northwestern by 40. You know, and they beat Minnesota last night. So, I mean,
I think runs right over Michigan State today. They can run the ball. Michigan State defense did not look good. I think they just run right over them today.
So you have Michigan? So what's going on?
I got Michigan.
Chris, Senior Square?
No, I'm with Brian on this one. This is way too many points for an in-state rivalry, and I could definitely see Michigan State giving Michigan a run today. So, give me Spartans.
I'm with you guys. I'm on Michigan State as well. I just think that in this rivalry game, I think Michigan State hates Michigan a little bit more. Right? They just hate him a little bit more. It was that Draymond Green quote, when he was walking off the court, in his last game against Michigan. He's like, they dislike us. I hate them. And, it pretty much sums up this entire rivalry. Anyways, we go with, got so many screens going and so much stuff. Oh, here's the one that a lot of people have been asking about. So this one, we got a request out there from
drum roll.
We got a request from someone. This one goes out to and Clemson, Boston College.
All right. Give me the over. It's a good 24-point gap. Boston College has been a decent team this year. I think they'll put some points up, and I can definitely see the over hitting by the third quarter.
We should change the name of the show to Wake and Bake. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah,
Everyone's loving it. I mean, it's that. I mean, I haven't even said that Brian's been smoking monkey dick once the whole show. so far the under is looking good.
I'll be smoking $100 bills by the end of the day, so we're all right.
There you go.
In this one, I'm going to take Clemson. Too many Joe Publics jumping on Boston College because the quarterback's out for Clemson. I think their backup and the third string is probably very good. So I'll lay the points here at Clemson. Not a game I'm rushing to bet.
Rod?
Yeah, I like Clemson too. Just because he's out, his backup's going to be quite capable enough to get the job done.
Chris?
Clemson here.
I'm going to go on the under here. I think we're going to see a slower pace game, and I just don't think we're going to get to 58. So give me the under.
I'm on Clemson. This team's loaded. It's weird because like Georgia, who also has been recruiting like at the top, and Alabama, who's kind of been at the top of the recruiting rankings the last few years. The thing about the recruiting rankings in recent years is that winning the recruiting battle on signing day isn't winning the recruiting battle anymore because the transfer portal. So you see like all these players in the transfer portal when they don't get playing time at their school, but you don't see the Clemson players as much. You see a few of them here and there. You see some Clemson quarterbacks actually were in the transfer portal, and I forget where they got a Clemson starter. It's one of these teams that we've seen recently. But you have not as many players as like Georgia players that you see in the transfer portal, and Ohio State players and Oklahoma players. Just see less of them. So I think, like everyone has said, quarterback's a non-issue. It's like they know Trevor Lawrence is leaving after the season. It's not like, well, we're just going to go shop around at high schools across the country. More than likely his replacement is on the roster, and we're going to see him today. Plenty of them. West Virginia against Kansas State. This is one that is hotly contested because, the world is on Kansas State, but the line continues to move in the opposite direction. I know that's what we call on the show a Bitler special. And what do you think?
I do like Kansas State on this one. I see them covering. I just really like the Wildcats to get this done.
Rod, who do you like?
This is a tough game. I like Kansas State as well. Give me Kansas State here. I think they cover the number. 3-point game.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Kansas State as well. I don't like the -5, so I'll take the points with the Wildcats.
I'm going to go with Brian here. I'm going to go with West Virginia as well.
I never even gave out a pick.
We knew what your pick was.
I don't know how you. I mean, they're begging you to take Kansas State.
I already have you down as West Virginia. It's already on the tape.
I like the under 2. I think West Virginia has one of those.
I'm sorry. Sorry. You have West Virginia. It's on the tape. We already have you down. Let's take a show of hands here. How many people think Brian has West Virginia?
I think West Virginia is underrated defensively. I think they got a really good defensive squad. I also like the under 2. So.
Well, usually you're the guy that says West Virginia has somebody big up next. Who do they have up next?
I didn't even. I looked, but I don't think it was anybody significant. No.
Yeah. So someone making a comment here. Ty is saying that yesterday I was crystal clear about the officiating in Tulsa, man. Right? I mean, you see that one guy, the guy with the microphone in Tulsa, that guy walks onto the field. Just you regret ever putting $1 on that game because it's like it has nothing to do with what's going to happen, with the teams. It's like it's whoever. I don't know. I'm not.
But they did outplay them in the first half. The Pirates did, and then the Pirates were the Pirates in the second half.
Of course. But you did see also some officiating that was kind of
hokey.
Okay,
you called that.
I like that. I like it.
Happy birthday, Nick. Halloween birthday. Brian, what are you giving out for Halloween?
Oh, I got my trick-or-treat special. $400 gets you the rest of my college football.
I meant candy. You're going to give out
candy boy.
Unwrapped candy corn?
I got oversized Dove milk chocolate bars that I'm giving out to the kids. I think they're like $2 a piece and they're pretty big. So
Brian shows up at the door. He's like the old lady with the tray of the unwrapped candy corn.
I give him a coupon for Mitch's site for $20.
Brian opens the door. Kid goes trick or treat. Goes 37-15, number 1 college football.
I give him a coupon for Mitch's site. Bonus code.
It's like here's something for your old man. At 37-50, my last 52.
Or you know when they have the things that automatically start talking when you walk by, like the Dracula that's sitting in the corner. It goes, trick or treat Halloween special, $400 for the rest of college football season.
Yeah, I'm programmed.
That's all right.
It's great.
It's like Brian's like, I'm out of candy. How about a handful of Red Man Chew? It's like, here.
I'm out of candy, but take the Chargers tomorrow -3.
Jets.
Tell your father.
Here's a little something, or your mother, right? When Brian.
Tell your mother, Jeff.
I wonder how many guys had the Minnesota money line yesterday on their stupid parlays for -800.
Oh, I knew somebody.
Of course.
They laid $600 down, and it's funny, they never touched college football, and they just took Minnesota money line, and I'm like, why are you even taking that in there? And then they lost. Crazy.
Iceman special.
Joe Kavanaugh giving out raw bacon for Joe Kavanaugh is a guy I did go to college with, so he can attest to everything I said about my 37 bowls. Yes, he will gladly attest to that. Also, he's one of those guys that, like, I question his crap strategy. I have to reach into his chips and bet for him at the craps table, but we always do very well in Vegas. So it's like, I'm like, I just can't stand there and let him not press his bets. I find it offensive. You gotta press.
You have to and play odds.
Oh, of course. Full odds.
Triple your odds.
Full. I go 10 times, whatever you can get. 10 times odds, I'm in. It's like
Triple your odds on the comebacks.
Yeah, I mean, I've told this story before. It's like I parlayed. I hit the. I always play quarters on the hard 4 or the hard 10. Like I don't do it on every roll, but I'll do it like, if it's a friend of mine shooting or something, or someone that I know is, a friend of mine that's a good shooter, I'll just throw like a quarter on the hard 10 or the hard 4, and then I always parlay it when it hits. So the Boise, this guy says to me, he's like, "Wow, man, that's a daring bet." He's like, "That's a great bet," whatever, because I parlayed it up and I hit it, and it's like gonna pays $1,300 on that if you hit it twice. And I've hit it a bunch of times, and this guy says to me, he's like, "Man, that was a great bet." I said, "I know you. You're that fucking Boise quarterback that cost me." He's like, "Yeah, that's me." A Casino Royale, of all places. He's got the cowboy hat on. It was during the rodeo. It's like, "You're that Boise quarterback." I know you. Actually, he's a really, really good guy. And not a bad quarterback either. I think it's the guy that's on the Broncos, actually.
Oh, Brett Rippon.
Yeah, didn't he break his leg on the first play of the game or something? It was like, it was something like that. It was like, oh man, you're that Boise quarterback. Anyways, Houston versus UCF got a solid total on this one at 81.5 points.
I see 82.
82. 11 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety will get you a push. And
I am gonna go with I wrote it down, now I can't find it. UCF.
Brian?
On the points.
For me, it's a square over on the board, but I'm going to stick with it. I think you get 100 points from these two teams. I think it'll be scoring constantly back and forth. Could go to overtime. You never know. Give me the over here.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. Give me the over 82. The number's massive, but I don't think we definitely could hit 100 easy.
Chris is on the over. Sure.
Without question.
I'm on the over as well. I'll join the square club.
Consensus, though.
Yeah, just about a consensus on that one. Got still got the visual of Brian handing out. He's like, here's
I wouldn't be ashamed to hand out coupons.
Here's a Reese's peanut butter cup for you, and here's a little something for your old man. Tell him to put a nickel on the Chargers tomorrow.
Jets. A nickel on the Jets tomorrow.
It's like, if he really wants to do himself a favor, tell him to put about a nickel on the Chargers. I'm losing it, man. We got Arkansas State and Troy.
You would think we all waked and baked today. We're laughing much.
It's like, Brian, what are you giving out for Halloween? I got. I got my trick or treat special, $100 off.
Coupon code Mitch.
The thing is, but the best part is that it actually really is a good deal. I mean, how much is it, Brian? It's $300 or something. You get all your college football all the way through bowl season. How much is it? $400?
$400. It's $100 off.
We're only in week 9, and there's 17 weeks, so basically it comes to $50. It's like $50 a week for the remaining weeks of college football season plus the bowls. I mean, that actually he charges what, $50? How much are your picks just today? Like just to get your picks today?
$100.
Yeah, so it's like basically. The thing is, it really is a good deal, but it's just funny that he's selling it to the kids at his door for
I thought you were asking me if I had anything special for Halloween. I wasn't expecting candy. So
he wasn't expecting a legitimate question about candy. It was just he thought it was setting him up for a sales pitch.
My son loves
He's like, you're underhanding this one to me. I'm going to crank it.
I got
You're lobbing one up over the plate.
Yes, Joe D, the same thing. He would say something similar to me.
All right. And we got Arkansas State and Troy on a more serious note.
All right. Ooh, let me get it together. Okay. We got Sunbelt. I'm going to lean towards Troy on that one. +3.
Troy for Ann. Brian.
The bulk of the action on this game, as far as the total goes, has been on the under. The total number hasn't moved, so I'm going to go with the over here. I think we get over that 70.5, 71.
Rod.
I'm going to take Arkansas State. I think they win by a touchdown. Give me the Red Wolves.
Chris?
Yeah, I like Arkansas State as well. I just like that offense for the Red Wolves. Usually don't play a ton of defense. I think 3 points doable for A-State.
I can't stand Arkansas State. I don't like teams that don't tackle. Everyone knows that. I'm on Troy. We got USM against Rice. I was all over the Owls like white on rice last week, and it really bit me in the ass. They lost in overtime. Didn't have it as a premium pick, and pretty grateful about that, but I did give it out in public many times, so it's worse, right? Anyways, USM versus Rice. Ann?
I'm going to take the under on this. 57.5.
Brian, I know this one's on top of your list.
Terrible.
No, actually, Southern Miss was on my list earlier in the week, but they've dropped off. It seems like they're begging you to take Southern Miss, so I'm going to go with the under here. I agree with Ann. I think they struggled to get to 55 at this one.
I'm gonna take Rice. They didn't look that bad last week. They were pretty competitive and just got a couple unlucky breaks at the end that resulted in a loss. So I'm gonna take Rice to bounce back. That's what we've seen. Teams with their first game lose, they've been bouncing back with a nice second game. So give me Rice here.
Chris?
I'm going grain free. I want nothing to do with rice this morning. I want give me Southern Miss here.
I'm going to go with Rod here. I'm going to take Rice as well. I'm all over the Owls, like right on Rice. I will not be betting one nickel of my hard-earned money on that game. No way, no how. Is it on? That's probably the Al Groh game. You know, like, turn it on. It's like Al Groh. It's like I saw Al Groh, you know, call on the game. It's like, who is that? It's like you're looking at the announcer. It was Idaho against Troy 2 years ago. I turned on.
Where is Idaho? Or did they drop out of the...
Yeah, they dropped out, but it was
Jeez.
Idaho against Troy. And it's like I'm watching the game. I'm on my Nordic track working out, and I'm like watching the game, and it's on ESPN3, and I'm watching it, and it's like, who is that guy? It's like I recognize him. Like, holy shit, it's Al Groh. I get on the phone, I call Tony T. I'm like, I see Al Groh on ESPN3. He's at the Kibbe Dome calling the game. He's like, no way. So now it's like we went through this whole thing with Tony T. and me, like trying to figure out what's the Al Groh game on ESPN3. It's like, this is a Groh game for sure. It's kind of like our old Mark games at the website. We got Rutgers and Illinois. Rutgers in Indiana. Misspoke. Wow, Shane Hall called Maryland the day after the game. Congratulations, man.
I'm sure he had the Maryland win out, right?
Yeah. No, he said he did not call overtime.
Oh.
But he called it the day after the game. Someone else took. Wait a minute. And James Johnson almost took. But Ann called OT in the Maryland game. That's what they're saying in the comments.
Yeah, I was dumb for switching.
I knew one of those games was going to go to OT. They're terrible games on a Thursday night.
It was Friday.
I mean,
it's Friday.
Friday.
We're all good. We're all good. Leave the incorrect commentary to me. I'm used to it. I'm used to the comments that come to follow that. Rutgers in Indiana. And
I'm going to go with the over at 52.5. Again, Big Ten conference. I can see this being close to 60 easily.
Brian?
I'm going to go with the under here. I think Indiana is a little bit of a letdown after upsetting Penn State. Rutgers, I'm not sold on their offense, so give me the under here.
And Rod?
I'm going to take Indiana. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. I'm going to call what Rutgers did last week an anomaly. Indiana by 2 touchdowns.
Chris?
I'm going to stick with Rutgers here. I think there's a little bit more to that. And I think it's going to be a good Rutgers team coached by Greg Schiano. And I think he's going to get his guys up for this one. So give me Rutgers.
I like Rutgers' money line on this one. I think they win this thing outright. Tom Allen's the biggest piece of crap out there as a head coach. He got lucky to win last week at home, and no way they win on the road against Greg Schiano. No chance. I got a prediction for this one. Pain. Got Auburn. Hit him, Rock. He'll kill you to death. Auburn versus LSU. Hit him, Rock. I refuse to watch any of the Rocky movies in the post-Mickey era. It's the only reason I like the first 3. They'll kill you to death. And Auburn LSU, another SEC battle. These are the games. You know, this is like when you think college football, it's like these are the ones, right? Auburn LSU.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I'm gonna lay the points on the under here.
I remember many Auburn LSU games where it was like first 1 to 10. You know, I was gonna win at 10-3. You know, many of these.
It's too bad this game isn't that important with the team's records the way they are, but I think LSU got back on track last week. I don't like that small bettors are back in LSU, but I'm going to take them. I think they get it done versus Auburn on the road.
Under, Brian?
I'm going to go with LSU. Money line.
I'm just trying to do 6 things at once here. Rod?
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm doing the tape that's on the bottom. I'm looking at the comments. I'm doing customer service emails plus the customer service chat room all at the same time.
I like Auburn here. Give me Auburn money line here.
Chris?
I'm going to take LSU. I don't want anything to do with Bo Nix. I'm not a Bo Nix fan, and I think LSU does enough with that strong offense to take down Auburn here.
I like LSU as well. I think that Bo Nix looks like he has regressed, man. And you know why he's regressed? Because he doesn't have the field position because that defensive line is gone. Boy, where's Derek Brown now when you need him? That was a question, Chris. It's in Carolina, right?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Picking up a fat paycheck. Now here's a weird one too. Okay, here's one that had weird line movement. Baylor against TCU. And?
Yeah, I saw that big line movement. I thought that was interesting. So Gary Peterson is 1-11 after gaining yards while coaching TCU. So I like Baylor, but I'm going to take the over on this one. Give me the over.
I don't really follow the thought process there, but it's an over. All right, Ryan.
It's an over.
I'm going under here. I think
don't question it. Don't question it. Just
don't question it. Over.
Brian.
I think in the Big 12, you're starting to see a little bit more rise in defense. West Virginia. But in this game, I think TCU and Baylor play a low-scoring game. I think it goes easily under the 47.5.
Rod.
I'm going to take TCU here. I think they beat Baylor.
Chris?
Yeah, I think this is a defensive war. I see this one being the first one to 20. I'll take the under.
Yeah, the first death threat I ever got in my online days was I took BYU to cover against TCU one time. I don't care that much about this game. I'm going to just stick with TCU and avoid the death threats today. We'll go with the Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. This one looks super square, Brian. Super square, right? I mean, this one looks...
Yep.
Four corners, 90-degree angles. This is, I mean, but we'll just call it.
Missed my premium list. So,
Ann, what do you think?
So, I'm gonna lay the points on Notre Dame. I'm not crazy about this one. They covered the first few weeks and then they don't cover, but I'm just not impressed at all with Georgia Tech. Give me Notre Dame.
Brian?
Call me crazy, but I'm going to put 100 on Georgia Tech and 50 on the Georgia Tech money line. It seems far-fetched that they're going to beat Notre Dame, but I've seen the Irish crap out in some games, and Georgia Tech's always a hard place to play, so that's the way I'm playing this one, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm with Brian. Put $50 on Georgia Tech money line. Notre Dame just seems to play down to their opponents when they play the bad teams, and then they just don't cover the big number. So give me Georgia Tech money line.
Clemson next week for Irish too. So
looking ahead. That was the look ahead spot I see.
Yeah, Brian took the words right out of my mouth. This is look ahead for Notre Dame. I'm going to take a shot with Georgia Tech as well.
Sorry, doing some customer service. Rod, who'd you take? I didn't get it on here.
Georgia Tech money line.
Georgia Tech money line. Chris says Georgia Tech. God, this game looks crappy. I'm gonna go with the over. I don't know. It's like we've seen Georgia Tech get so shredded, right? It's like totally pitted.
We see him step up a little bit.
When? Was it the 73rd point that Clemson put on them where they start stepping up?
They won that home game.
I mean,
I think you guys were on the other side of that game, if I remember correctly.
Which one?
Let me look here.
I mean, they've been crushed and recrushed. No, I was on them the one time. I had Georgia Tech against Louisville because Louisville. I don't bet on teams that don't tackle, right? So I never have. I haven't had Louisville all season, right? I mean, you show me a team that doesn't tackle, I don't bet on them. Everyone knows that. I'm super predictable in that.
East Carolina looked bad at the end of that game when they missed that tackle. I mean, the guy just overlaid them. But
East Carolina has looked pretty bad all season. So here's another one. Iowa Northwestern. So this line is follow the bouncing ball, man. This thing has moved all over the map. Northwestern was on my list. I had to take them off. It was just too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I took them off my list. But I would say Northwestern was as close as it came for me to being a premium pick and not making it to the board. And who do you like here?
What was the game?
Iowa against Northwestern. We could do the waiting for the children in the hospital.
I'm going to say this is going to go under. I'm gonna lean towards the under on this one.
Under 44.5. Brian.
I'm gonna go the opposite here. I kind of like the over in this one, but I also had liked Iowa at the start of the week, but thinking they were gonna bounce back. But I think the safer play is the over here.
Rod?
I like Iowa. I'm gonna take Iowa here to get a bounce back and beat Northwestern.
Chris?
And this feels like a tight game to me, and I'll give up a little bit extra juice. I'll just take Iowa on the money line. I think this could be a 2-point game, even a 1-point game, but I'll take the Hawkeyes.
Tighter than his pants. Chris likes Iowa on the money line.
You want me to stand up? I can stand up for you.
It's like my surfboards, and it's like my friend Kenny. He's like a devout Christian. He's always like, I like my boards loose, and like, everyone always says, oh, like your women, whatever. I say, like your pants. I like my board loose, like my pants. Got I do like my board a little loose too, to be honest with you. But I like in this one, I like Northwestern. UAB and La Tech, or La Tech against UAB. Speaking of blazing, the Blazers sounds like our audience today. They're out there blazing. And who do you got?
I'm liking Louisiana on this one.
Brian?
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to take the Blazers here. I think the big bettors are liking the Blazers. I think they need a statement road win, just a pummeling. I think Louisiana Tech's in for a long day.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree with Brian. UAB is going to run right over La Tech today. Give me UAB.
Chris?
They win by more than 2 touchdowns.
Chris?
I'm on the under, 47.5. I think this is a
48? You can get 48 now.
I think this is
Yeah,
a
48.
ground and pound type of game.
Anyone knows about grounding and pounding?
Ground and pounding.
It's Ruffalo. I'm gonna take UAB as well. Don't love this one, but La Tech just hasn't looked like a typical La Tech, to me. Vandy and Ole Miss. I mean, you want to talk about a team that refuses to tackle. Ole Miss. And?
I'm gonna go with the under on this one.
Brian.
I think in this game, I'm going to do the same as Georgia Tech. I'm going to go 100 on Vanderbilt plus the points and 50 on the money line. I think they could win this game easily outright, and I don't understand why the public's so in love with Ole Miss here on the road.
Yeah, give me Vanderbilt plus the points, and I like the over. I think we see a high-scoring game. Ole Miss and no defense. Going to be a lot of scoring.
But there is a suck factor in this one, though. You do have the suck factor.
I thought you were going to say sucker factor.
No, the suck factor. I mean, both teams suck. So it's like, they're fully capable of beating themselves.
I was like, where's the suck factor? Yeah.
Major, the suck index of 11. Chris?
Vanderbilt's also got, I don't see Vanderbilt. They got no offense, so I'm going to take Mississippi Ole Miss. I'm going to lay the points in this one. This is a blowout, I think.
All right. Leaves me. Whew. I'm going to go with the under. I think we got a dumpster fire here.
Yeah.
Real shit fest.
It's gonna be one of these games you just don't want to watch.
No, you don't want to watch it.
It's a train wreck.
Everyone who's joined us, we appreciate everyone. If you could smash that like button, takes you about a half a second. Helps us an absolute ton. You want to know how it helps us? Well, it helps promote like our videos on YouTube. They promote the videos that get the most likes and the channels that get the most likes. So it helps us get more subscribers and keeps these shows free. Oh, Louisville against VT.
Ooh.
And
I love VT here. I just think the spread is weird. Louisville's home, and it just something smells fishy to me. So I'm going to take Virginia Tech.
I think this is the best free pick I'm going to give out here, guys. Get on Virginia Tech, pound them. I think Louisville's just going to get crushed. Virginia Tech will come in not in too good of a mood. Take the Hokies today.
I agree. Give me the Hokies.
Chris?
Give me Louisville money line. I like Louisville. I think Virginia Tech's got some issues here, so I'll take the Cardinals.
What bigger issue? I mean, I'm on VT also with everybody else, but I just want to know if VT has big issues. What do you call Louisville's tackling? I mean, they're about 178th against the run out of 120 college football teams. I mean, what's their ranking against the run? I mean, someone's got it, right? I'm just going off the top of my head and what I've seen on TV, and I've seen every team play, right, so far this season. And I will say that Louisville is the worst team against the run in the entire country. How about that? So what bigger problem could they possibly have than not being able to stop a guy running with a football? I just can't. I mean, I hate Louisville. People pick them to win the ACC and go to to win their division and go to the ACC championship game. You got to be kidding me, you know? At least fine. No one will answer me. I'll find out for myself. You're gonna hear the dirty word right here. What is it? It's got to be in the 90s. Got to be.
Yeah, they even gave up a ton of rushing to Florida State last week.
Of course they did. They're the worst, man. They're absolutely.
They gave up 250 yards they gave up rushing last week.
I've been saying this since week 1. And remember what happened in the Miami game when everyone picked Louisville in that game? Cam Harris, 98-yard run. Next play, 78-yard run. They gave up 154 yards rushing in 2 plays. That's how lousy this team is. They stink.
It won't open up.
I'm embarrassed for you for that pick, Chris. I'm ashamed and embarrassed of it. I might have to send him off to drive-through land. All right. Doing customer service at the same time here. We've got App State and Louisiana Monroe. And ULM is really good this year.
I'm gonna go with the over. I just don't see. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I have to say. I'm gonna just go with the over.
You can say it.
I just don't see App State covering. I liked them at first earlier in the week, but I just don't see them covering. I'll give you 2 there.
Under then,
yeah.
You said? What'd you say?
No,
over?
I'm going to go with the over.
Brian?
I'm going to agree with the end, too. I'm going to be square. I'm going to take the over here. I just don't like either one of these two sides here. And this is a game I really don't like. So if I had to bet it, I'd take the over.
Rod?
I'm going to take App State. I think they absolutely pound ULM. It's ULM for a reason. You lose money if you put your money on that team. Don't even do it. You'd be crazy.
Speaking of crazy,
App State.
Chris?
I'm on App State.
I mean,
as well.
I'm offended by the Louisville pick, by the way. I mean, I find that pick offensive. I mean, people give me shit for calling out trolls. At least I'm not fucking picking Louisville against a regular college team. He called out a troll. He called him. Like, no shit, and I will continue to do it.
He called out my dumbass for taking Louisville.
I'm still trying to get this. I'm still trying to get these Louisville stats up here because
So am I. I'm having issues.
They just keep
one of
circling
them
around
taking
and won't
Louisville,
open.
apparently.
Is that because we're all trying to open the same stat?
Probably. We're overloading them right now.
It's probably what it is. It's like, it won't open. It just goes round and round and round and round. It's like, what the?
It's like, we can only get it to you guys fast enough. Hold on.
all right. Chris, who are you taking in this one? App State and
App State, yeah.
I'll take the over. Go with the square contingent on the other side of the screen.
There we go.
All right. Well, those of you that have joined us late, if you could hit the like button, greatly appreciated. Subscribe to our channel. We got how many? 23,500 subscribers on the Pick Dogs channel. I think we got another 11,000 something on Sports Chat channel. It's freaking amazing, man. And it's like, it's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Who would have thunk it? Well, not the people that told me I was too old and crappy to do this thing. Anyways, just trying to take a mini breather here, but we got about 37 minutes before kickoff. Let's see how many more games we got. Oh man, we're almost home. We're almost
there.
Oklahoma State and Texas.
So the sharp bettors were about 50% between these. Usually when I see that, I like to take the over. So give me the over on this game. I think it's at 58.5. It might have went down.
Ryan?
Yeah, I see 59.5. I agree with Ann.
Oh,
I'm going to agree with Ann. I'll take the over here. I think we see some back and forth score in here. It's not a Big 12 defensive game, that's for sure.
Rod?
I'm going to take Oklahoma State. I think they get the win cover here. I am not a Texas guy. Yeah.
Chris?
I'm on Oklahoma State here.
I'm on Oklahoma State as well. I think anytime you go through that key number, which is 3 here in this case, you go to 3.5 against a Texas, like that's a huge public team. It probably took a lot of money to get you there. I'm going to have to take the Cowboys in this one. And, of course, I love bashing Texas anyway. Everyone knows that. No. This one's in Colorado Springs, so you don't have to adjust your set. It is Boise at Air Force. And
I'm going to go with... Never mind. I'm going to go with Boise on this. Earlier in the week, I liked Air Force, but getting closer to and watching the line, I think I'm going to go with Boise.
Brian.
I have to disagree with Ann here. I think the Sharps have been here and bet the game, and now it's past its value. Air Force plus 14.5 if you can get it.
I see 14s. Rod.
There's a couple 14.5s out there, if you can see them, but I'm going to take Air Force too. That's way too many points here.
Chris?
I'm on Boise State. I like the way the Broncos looked against Utah State, and I think they put a hurting on Air Force this week.
I think in these abbreviated seasons, it's like what we saw in baseball. The teams that really need to prove a point only have a limited amount of time to do it. We all know Boise, not traditionally a team that say there's 18 seconds left to go in the game and they're on their opponent's 1 yard line up by 8. They are not a take a knee team. They are a punch it in team. Got to go with Boise here. Got to go with Boise. Got San Jose State up against New Mexico. I love Boise. San Jose State up against New Mexico. Might put a little something in Boise before the show's over. San Jose State against New Mexico. The Lobos in action for the first time this season.
I am loving the over on this one. Give me the over all day, every day.
I think too much credit was given to San Jose State for that first win here and way too many points to give New Mexico in their first game. I'll take a chance with the Lobos here, plus the points.
Who'd you take again? I'm sorry.
I took the over.
I got an idiot.
58.
Here, I got to take care of it. Brian, you take New Mexico?
Yep.
Rod?
I'll take San Jose.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll take San Jose State as well.
Me and Chris really opposite today.
I'm gonna take the under. These, even San Jose State in their win last week was very, very much under in that one. Let's see where this guy's at. I gotta find this idiot. Yeah, here he is. Oh my God, man. Last week. Sorry, guys. Very, very much apologize. Got a spammer, the worst, right? Come join our Discord.
Oh, God.
Discord? I know that other group uses that name, Discord.
I thought that's just
it's like a platform. It's a gaming channel.
Oh, okay.
It reminds me of Twitch.
Because they get like 2 or 3 viewers at one show, and I thought that maybe that was it.
The one where the guy's in his closet?
He has like all these jerseys on his wall.
He's in his closet. I should do a show from my closet. It's Mitch's closet. Here's all my shit. Oh, man, I was looking for that sock. I got that one sock. And now I got the other one. It's like, I don't know. My wife does my laundry. I'm not ashamed to admit it. And, once in a while, I find the sock like in the sleeve of the shirt. You put the shirt on, there's like a little bump going on right here. It's like, that's where my sock is. It happens. She does a nice job. I appreciate it. That's for sure.
That's the same thing. I appreciate it too.
Well, you're lucky. I had to do my own damn laundry.
Well, it's because you're a loser, but that's okay. For all you ladies out there, Brian's got his package available. His Halloween trick-or-treat special. Brian, what's that trick-or-treat special while I'm writing out the Bama game here?
College football for $100 for the rest of the season.
I will say, I give Brian a hard time. Everyone knows that. It's all in good fun. But I will say that is a really good deal.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, that is the best deal. That we don't run a lot of specials. Coupons. We're not
no coupon codes.
Yeah, we're not a coupon code guys. Site. We will do something on Cyber Monday, and
what about Christmas Day? You got to do something for the people on Christmas.
Brian Bittler's package $2 for the year.
First time he's heard that.
I'll be loading up stockings with lots of coupon codes on Christmas.
Anyways, Alabama, Mississippi State. And
I'm going to go with the under here, 64.
I think this is the second best free pick I'm going to give out, guys. Get on Mississippi State. Line's dropped about 2 points. You got tons of Alabama lovers that love to bet. I'm taking Alabama. Give me Mississippi State.
Rod?
I'm going to jump on the public and take Alabama. I don't like Mississippi State. No thanks. Alabama.
Chris?
Bump 'em.
I swore I was going to take the Bulldogs again, but I think this is too many. I'm going to go with Mississippi State. Even if they lose this one by 24, 27, it's still going to be enough. So I'll take the Bulldogs.
Over for me. I think with Waddle out, you got other receivers and they're going to pound the ball. Once again, I just can't. I understand the Mississippi State love that they're getting here from the guys, but at the same time, just I struggle to back teams with my money that can't tackle. It's just I hate teams that don't tackle. I guess it might be part of my upbringing, part of my upbringing.
Who does Alabama have one? I guess they don't have one.
It's weird, man. Like, the way that I grew up, the way that I was taught, like, when I was a kid, it's, like, would be illegal in most states, you know, to tackle people that way. It's like, but we were taught, man, like, at an early age, you know. It's like, you take your face mask and you put it on this guy, you put it right on this guy's frickin' hand that's holding the ball. And you just you basically catapult yourself, you know, right at the ball every single time, you know. And it's like, and then look for it on the ground. And that is exactly what the way you're taught, like, from the womb, you know. I hit a guy in high school, man, so hard I knocked myself unconscious.
Did they have leather helmets back when you played college?
No, they didn't have leather helmets, actually. They had regular helmets, and not like they have now, but I knocked myself clearly unconscious. I hit a guy so hard. People were like, where'd you learn that? It's like Pee-wee football, man. Like, holy shit, that's a rough neighborhood.
I miss those days of playing football out in the yard when you're like 12, 13, 14.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the days.
Oh, yeah. You know,
You
there's always
spend
the
all
really
day playing
big kid,
football.
right? There's the big kid, you know, everyone wants
Yeah.
to, you know, it's like, all right, everyone hold him. And then, you know, everyone, that's the guy that always took the pot shots. We always had a trip to the hospital, like
Yeah,
at
I
least
remember
once a week.
Running into an offensive lineman for the first time ever, a high school offensive lineman. He just went like this, and I flew a while, and I didn't get up for a little bit.
Yeah, our neighborhood guy was Mike Monty. He was like an all-state linebacker. He played in our neighborhood football games. Just absolutely depleted you. You know, like you run in, and it's like wham. You're like, you know, the wind's knocked out of you. You think you're gonna die. You know?
You look to see if the teeth are still in your mouth.
Oh, I'm telling you, we had at least a trip to the hospital a week in ours. You know, at least. You know, at least.
Being in Canada, we played road hockey every day.
All right, we're running out of time, though. Thank you. We got a $10 super chat from Craig McFadden. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm from the 305. These guys know, man. They know. It's like when the time you're a little kid, and it's like it's the first thing they teach you. I played K-Land. Probably knows where that is. We were in the rough conference, man. We played Richmond Heights. We played all those guys, man. They were tough. Duke versus Charlotte. This is speaking of pansy-ass games. It's like, let's find the pansy-ass game on the board. It's this one.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I am on 49ers all day. Get on that. I love it. Duke is terrible, and they can never seem to cover a spread. I love this one. I'm going to go with the 49ers here.
I'm with my favorite handicapper, Ann, here. I think it's a game where I'm going to put 100 on Charlotte plus the points and 50 on the money line. I think Charlotte beats Duke outright.
I thought I was your favorite handicapper.
No, I think Ann's my favorite.
I would say fuck
Love
you,
you
but
guys.
I think that, you know, I don't think this is the time or place to use that kind of language. Rod?
Yeah, I'm going to take Charlotte, too. Charlotte's 8-2 ATS, their last 10, versus a team with a losing record. And they're 5-1 ATS as an underdog. So give me Charlotte here.
Chris?
I'm on Charlotte as well. I'm not a fan of Duke and how they've been playing this season.
Yeah, you know, Charlotte had an earlier game canceled against North Carolina, so this is their shot at, you know, one of the local teams. You know, this is kind of their Super Bowl since that other game got canceled. I don't know if it was postponed or canceled, but they didn't play it. So I'm going to go with Charlotte as well. Our first consensus of the entire day, if you can believe that. Got Texas A&M and Arkansas, and I think we're going to have some differing opinions on this one.
Yeah, probably.
And
I know. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Can you come back to me? I just want to.
It's really not the way the show works. Brian?
I had Texas A&M big, and Mitch kind of talked me off of it a little bit, so I removed them from the premium area, but I'm still backing them today. I think they make a statement against Arkansas is not quite ready for the prime time.
I'll take Arkansas plus the 14. It's too many. Even if it's come down to 13, I'll still take it. Too many points. And Arkansas has looked really good.
Chris?
Yeah, Arkansas has played, 3.5 halves of defensive football, and they looked really good. And I think they can hold their own against the Aggies. I'll take Arkansas as well.
It's one of those weird games where the line movement doesn't suggest that Arkansas is going to get it done. It's like it is one of those. But I think this is the square play that actually comes through. I just do. I think it's a rivalry game. Joe Kavanaugh was in the comments before. I don't know if he's still there, but he'll tell you he lived in Arkansas. His wife's from Arkansas. They'll tell you that.
There used to be a quarterback named Matt Kavanaugh, I believe. Okay, maybe rings a bell.
That's from Penn State, but that's years ago. Oh, we got a semi-creepy Ann comment. Another one. No, I don't think it's.
I'm on the over.
I think it's no one ever says that I'm gorgeous anymore. That's all I gotta say.
I get gorgeous comments all the time in my email. Tell me how gorgeous I am.
I mean, when you're giving out trick or treat, when you're loaded up for trick or treat like you are, it's like.
I'm thinking about ordering some headshots to autograph and send out.
Well, it's like I think that and I've said this before, and I say it again, and I'm this, hopefully I don't have to keep saying it, but it's like Ann isn't here because she's a woman. She's here because she's a good handicapper. If she was here because she's a woman, she'd be like on the rest of the show, she'd be sitting in this seat on the screen, right? Kind of being like, I'm the host, parlays. All she needs is an overbite and a blonde wig. Be all set. But that's for Chris. SMU's taking on Navy. SMU licking their wounds from last week, man. They got bludgeoned by the Bearcats at home in a game that the Sharps got bludgeoned badly. It went right through the number, and they got smacked. I mean, that was probably the worst beatdown they've taken all season in college football was last week in Dallas. And what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Navy. I think it's just too many points. Give me Navy.
In the Navy.
In the Navy. Our buddy Kevin Thomas is in the Navy. As far as this game goes, I'm not a big public dog fan. I don't like backing dogs that the public likes. So give me SMU here minus the points. It's not a game I'm rushing to bet, though.
I like SMU as well. I think they bounce back here after their little bludgeoning against the Bearcats. Give me SMU. Win by 2 touchdowns.
Chris?
I think Navy's going to hit SMU almost as hard as Cincinnati did, and they're going to run at them as well. So I'll take Navy in the points.
I'm with Ruffalo on this one. I feel weird about that, but yeah. I'm gonna have to side with Chris on this one. I think SMU's straight garbage. I really didn't like the way they looked against Cincinnati last week. I think it was the tears. They really got crushed.
Doing a victory lap with the Bearcats. I was let down with that. They weren't a premium, but I liked SMU last week.
Yeah, well, the Sharps got crushed on it. They got destroyed.
Well, we lose some once in a while.
We? There's a difference between following sharp moves and being a sharp.
I like Cincinnati. They've always been a gritty, tough team. So I just thought SMU would come out stronger than they did.
My wife is from Cincinnati.
And so is our other person that we used to know. They're a big Bearcats fan.
Big Bearcats fans? How big? Okay, we got Craig who sent me the thing. This is the thing is if you do the super chat and you want a T-shirt, the shirt size is good, but I can't email you the shirt, so I'm emailing you back asking for your address. But we've got Penn State and Ohio State little game going on today. This is where game day is for ESPN. Ann?
Yeah, this is a game I'm actually staying away from, but I'm going to lean towards give me the Buckeyes.
Absolute favorite game on the board, but as far as the total goes, I'm going to have to go with the under here. I know Penn State's defense looked kind of lax last week, but I think they do a much better job, and Ohio State comes to play. Tough Big Ten battle here. Take the under.
Who'd you say again? I'm doing two different things at once. I'm sorry.
I'm taking Ohio.
Oh, I wasn't really doing two things. I was just ignoring you. Brian, under. Rod?
I think Ohio State wins by 10, so take Penn State plus a 10.5.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm with Rod. I think this is a 10-point game. I'm also going to take the under as well as Penn State.
I'm going to go with Ohio State here. I don't know. It's a coin flip for me, and I don't have the lucky penny. I'm just guessing. It's just a guess. These games are always close, and I think that, Penn State just looks to be a little bit too much public backing, from the peanut gallery out there. Florida, minus 14 against Mizzou. And?
I'm going to go with the under on this one at 61.5, if it hasn't moved.
Moved 62.5.
Even better.
Even better.
Under. No questions.
Missouri is a premium play for me today. I like them a little less because this line keeps getting better and better for us. And when I see that, it kind of scares me a little bit. But I think Missouri could win this game outright. So I'm going to take the points in Missouri and see what happens.
Rod?
I'm going to take Florida here. I think they win by 2 touchdowns.
Chris? 2 touchdowns. Two touchdowns get you a push. It's at 14.
Well, I got minus. I see minus. If you get minus 13.5, if you have anything 14 and over, take Missouri.
I see a 14.5 out there.
I see a 13.5. But if it is at 14, I'm going the other way. But if it's minus 13.5 and under, take Florida. Florida wins by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm on Missouri here. I like Eli Drinkwitz. I think he's going to turn this Missouri team around the next couple of years. I think Missouri's probably going to keep Florida close in this one. So I'll take the Tigers.
Missouri, and I like Missouri as well. I just love rooting against Florida. I'm from Miami, and I grew up hating the Gators, so I just can't. I know I'm not supposed to take my heart and personal stuff into it, but tough shit I am on this one. Anyways, we're going to go with the Texas State against ULL. Texas State 16-point doggies up against ULL, who hasn't covered anything remotely close to this size this season. I mean, have they? I mean, 6. Where's my glasses to do one of these on it? I mean, I can't believe the number here. And it seems so wacky and so high that maybe that's their blow. I mean, I do hate Texas State a lot.
How could you not like the Bobcats? I like the Bobcats.
I feel like all the money here, they want you to take the under, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the over.
You say potato, I say potato. Brian.
I like Texas State here. I just think it's too many points. I think it's a pretty good free pick too. I think Texas State loses by 14 here and covers.
As opposed to your normally pretty bad free picks. Rod.
Yeah, I'm going to take Texas State as well. Cajuns are 0-5 their last 5 following a straight-up win. 0-5 ATS in the last 5 conference games. Yeah, no, I'll take Texas State here.
Chris.
I'm going to take the under. 4 of ULL's 5 games this year have all gone under 48 points. So I think this is another low-scoring game. Part of the reason why Texas State's going to get a cover here, so I'll take the under.
I'm going to take ULL and lay the 16. I'm not betting the game. It looks so funky to me that they're laying 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. I don't see it, So it's like, how do you get to that number with ULL? I just don't even see it. I know they're 4-1, but they're the crappiest 4. They're like the Bears at 5-1. It's like, the Bears 5-1. It's like, how are these guys 4-1? These guys stink. Remember last year when they acted like it was their Super Bowl when they hosted App State on a Friday night or something? And App State, it was like 5 minutes into the game, App State just busted them up. Had already busted them up. It was like it was done. Then they played them again in the championship, right? And then App State busted them up again. But anyways, Texas Tech's playing Oklahoma. They moved this game. It was a noon start. There was a ton of noon games today. They moved this one to 8 p.m. to show it on your local Fox network.
There you go.
That's your cue, Ann. That was your cue. I know it wasn't as clear as my normal hey Ann, who do you like in this one? But it was kind of trying to do a couple things. I was acting all smooth and shit. It's like it didn't happen.
I guess there's a reason why they moved it to there. It's going to be a very interesting game. I was leaning more towards Texas Tech, but I'm going to go with the over here, 67.5.
I'm not in love with it, but I think the Sooners kick the crap out of Texas Tech here. So if I had to pick the game, I would choose the Sooners. 21-point win here.
I'll take Texas Tech in the points. There's too many.
Yeah, I don't know why Brian and I are on so many different ones today. I like Texas Tech in the points. I think Texas Tech can go shot for shot with Oklahoma, and the defense has played better lately. So I'll take Texas Tech.
And what'd you take?
I took the over, 67.5.
I like that. Brian is Oklahoma. I didn't even look. Rod, who'd you take?
Texas Tech plus 16.
Chris took Texas Tech because it's super square. And I have Oklahoma because this is the type of game where Oklahoma scores 70 points.
I just think down the stretch, Oklahoma's just going to blow out everybody.
Well, this is where Oklahoma traditionally it's after they take a loss, they turn on the Jets and beat everybody 50, 60 points. And that's why when at the end of the season we have to hear all that eye test shit. They passed the eye test, right? It's like, no, they didn't. They lost to Kansas State. They gave up 70 points to Kansas State in a loss. Yeah, they passed the eye test. It's like they always act like that game didn't happen. It's like, thank God they lost twice already this year, so we don't have to listen to it. I mean, this is a team that needs to go away. Needs to go away. It's like I saw this little kid crying outside this deli one time, and the mother's like, "What do you want?" It's like my father. I'd be crying. It's like my father would be like, "I'll give you something to cry about," right? It's like this kid. The mother's like, "What's wrong? What's the matter?" He's like, "What do you want?" And the kid says to her, "I want you to go away." It was the best. I was like, I just was laughing my ass off. My wife's like, give me the arm punch, I'm like, I want you to go away.
I'm going to say that to my trick-or-treaters today. No, I'm just kidding.
You can say, you check out Bitler's trick-or-treat package.
That's how I make them go away.
Unbelievable.
I got a coupon for Brian's trick-or-treat special.
So funny. UVA versus UNC. And
yes.
UVA versus UNC.
I'm going to lean with UVA.
I'm going to go a little square here and take the over. I think you just see nonstop scoring back and forth between these two teams. So give me the over.
Right.
I'll take UVA. Give me Virginia. Plus 7.5.
Chris. Wait, so Ann has UVA. Ann has the over? UVA?
No, I just said
UVA?
UVA.
Brian's got the over.
Brian, over. Rod, UVA.
UVA.
Chris.
I think UNC. I think the Tar Heels win this one by 10.
I'll take UVA on the money line. Something looks funny. Got Utah State against San Diego State. This is another one of those games, man, where a team looked really bad last week, and now all of a sudden they go home. That's Utah State and San Diego State. They looked pretty good last week, and now they go on the road. This looks like, I mean, we saw the Mountain West looks to be the flippy-floppy of the conferences, right? I mean, we saw it last night. I would say no one's going undefeated there except for Boise. Got, but USU against SDSU. And
I definitely like San Diego State here at the -7.5. I
Brian.
think they're going to blow them out.
Too many guys on San Diego State for me here, so I'm going to take a chance with Utah State at home plus the points. I think we see similar to San Jose State in this one.
Right.
I think San Diego State wins this game, but I don't think they cover the number. So far, we've seen this week that if your first game looks like garbage, the next one they come back and they've played it really good. So give me Utah State here.
That's the Mountain West this year in a nutshell. Chris.
I think San Diego State wins this by 2 scores. I like that Aztec defense, so give me San Diego State here.
I think I messed this all up. I did. Doesn't matter. I don't think anyone will get to this point on the tape. There'll be people out there. There'll be people out there. I know there were. I know there are. I'm just kidding. Just joking. Man, tough crowd. BYU -30.5 against Western Kentucky. Oh man, you think Louisville's bad at tackling? The Matador defense was invented in Western Kentucky this year. Oh man, they're so bad they lost to Louisville. That's how bad they are, man.
So for me, all the money is on the over here, so I'm gonna go lean towards the under.
Western
52.5.
Western Kentucky 0-6 against the spread, but I'm not willing to get on them this week. I'll go with the and take the under. I don't know if they'll do enough to push it over, so I'll go under.
Rod?
Yeah, I like the under as well. I don't think Western Kentucky can do their part to push this over.
Chris?
I'm on the under and I'm on BYU. This is 48-7 Cougars.
48-7 would put you over.
Over. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. 41-7. Sorry, 41-7. Sorry, 41-7.
I'm gonna say better me than somebody else out there, right? Anyways, I like the. Oh man, where's my lucky penny when I need it? Go with the over, under. Over it is. How's that for professional service?
There you go.
And our last game of the night, and a partridge in a pear tray, we've got UNLV and Nevada. Often
UNLV.
mispronounced as Nevada, but it's Nevada is the correct.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Tomato.
Nope,
Nevada.
it is Nevada, not Nevada. Nevada.
Nevada.
She passed the Grey Poupon
With the T.
and a side of Nevada,
Nevada.
please. Nevada.
I'm on UNLV for this one. I just think it's too many points for Nevada.
It's Nevada. Brian.
Nevada.
Too many points. I think UNLV gets a cover here. I'm not into the game too much, but if I had to, take the Rebs.
Rod.
I'll take Nevada. Blowout.
Nevada.
Blowout.
Chris.
I'm on UNLV. I think it's an in-state rivalry, too many points, and you have to think that UNLV is going to get up for playing at Allegiant Stadium. So
Over for me. All right. We covered all of today's action just in time for kickoff. We'll go around the horn here and say, Chris, you got a parlay for us?
yeah, let's go with Arkansas, Charlotte, Oklahoma State.
Rod.
I'm going to go 5-team, round robin, money line them. I'm going to go Kansas State, Georgia State, Charlotte, Utah State, and Air Force. Money line, round robin.
Ann, you have a parlay or Brian? Ann looks like she's digging through her bag.
I'm ready. I got.
I know that look. She's looking for a checkbook. She's looking for a checkbook.
I want to go.
She wants to buy Brian's trick or treat package. Do you take a check? Well, it's like, who do I make the check out to?
BRIANBITLER. Virginia Tech minus the points, Georgia Tech plus the points, Mississippi State plus the points. 3-game parlay, take it to the bank.
Say it one more time.
Virginia Tech minus the points, Georgia Tech plus the points, and Mississippi State plus the points.
Take Boise. Boise, Navy, and Boise, Navy, Ohio State, and Virginia on the money line. 4-teamer. Ann, you gonna give us a parlay?
I actually have a 4-teamer as well.
Do you have a mint? Do you happen to have a mint? Let me check. It's like,
you got me dying with this.
Like,
My mom, if we went to church and she forgot the collection, she would quick get it her.
it's like
my wife
pulls out the stick of gum from like 1978. You know, it's like, here you go. It's like, whoa. When's the last time? Well, I guess I haven't changed it out in a while.
I know my grandma's wrote checks, but.
Oh man, I found in the fridge the other night the jar of the bottle of hot sauce that expired in 2016. That means that I moved it to this house. Expired. Like a lot of times, if it's like within, I don't know, 12 to 18 months. Okay, if it's hot sauce or something, how bad can it be? But 4 years and change, I'm good. It's like you look at it, it's like, I'm not sure if that's cilantro or not.
Where'd they put a purple pepper in here?
That's purple ghost peppers.
A lot of 305 people in here. I haven't gone through the comments. Thank you, Tiffany. At least someone besides my wife has something to say. Ann is great. She's high. She could be. It's been that kind of show. I don't come on at halftime for college football generally. I do NFL. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night for the primetime game, Monday Night Football. I don't know. I do some college games once in a while. We do it, like national championship and playoff games. I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood for it recently. It's what it is. These shows are so long now in the morning, and then I've been coming on at 1 o'clock as well a lot of times. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. Brian, am I doing that today or not? Do you know?
I think those guys gave up. I don't know.
Yeah, if my competitors go on at certain times, I just go on right against them. I don't give a shit. Anyways, the games are kicking off. They're kicking off in Cincinnati. They got fans in the stands. It's funny when you see.
I got my parlay.
Oh, she found it.
It's a good one. I have the over
really
for Oklahoma and Texas, San Jose 49ers, and the under for the new Iowa game.
There you have it. I think you might have missed the Iowa game, but what time does that one start? Is it a noon start?
I think it's 3.
Oh, no. So we're all good. We're all good.
Yeah, I did later.
All right, we got it all in, man. Wow. That was a long show, but we did it. I forgot to record the thing, so it's only going to be on YouTube. But thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day, and, of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a good one.
All right.